How are we doing today, Twin Flames? Today this reading is going to be covering how the Ascension Energies from the new moon that just occurred yesterday on the 5th will be affecting us for about the next 3 weeks or so, I'm being told by Spirit. Check the description just down below after the video to find links to some of my services and offers. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Here, with the Two of Pentacles, I'm immediately beginning to feel more energies of the parting of the seas occurring within Mother Earth and all of humanity. So, like typical, this reading is definitely steered towards those of us twin flames on the undercover mission to bring in the new Earth Age of Aquarius paradise and the role we are playing as wayshowers, teachers, guides, and judges for the Judgment Day Revelations event prophesied soon to occur. This parting of the seas is interestingly being conveyed to me by the two circular objects that she holds in her hands, shaped as pentacles, and how they are on opposing sides of each other. It actually feels like they are parting ways with each other, which is coming with this huge emotional overhaul energy, along with the sensation of a tide washing through and a page turning over. So this particular new moon is most definitely in alignment and is playing off of the June solstice gateway portal that just took place, as this extreme ending to the hugest era is actually what this portal is facilitating, which is why it is so emotionally intense for those of us twins who are feeling these energies, along with helping the universe flip this colossal page of karma, pain, suffering, separation, war, and death over for good. The energies of loneliness, not having any direction or knowing what to do, mixed with a great deal of sadness due to the fact that we're feeling ancient history literally collapse and die out of us all at once, may very well also be experienced by this sector of the Twin Flame Ascension Collective during this highly pivotal time frame, which is exactly what it feels like the seemingly lost and hopeless young woman in the illustration is experiencing. However, although all of this innate emotional turmoil is occurring due to the universe's insane big 180 flip out of the Age of Pisces era and into the Age of Aquarius, which is what this actually feels like here on a major level, I am also feeling cocoon energy as well, along with this energy of being safe and sound within it, even though the explosions are going off just outside of it and the tsunami has almost completely flooded the entire environment. So, just like always, and just how we always end up, after going through intense gateway portals such as these, that causes all kinds of shakeups in order to quickly cut karmic attachments out of our lives, you are being told that you've already been there, done that with all of this before, that you're also an old hand at this, Spirit is saying, and that you have everything it takes and more to get through this last one. Especially since you are likely now at the stage in your ascension where you've realized that we are all doing this together, allowing you to feel even less alone and like it's all just an illusion, because it truly is. I'm actually intending that all twin flames in this particular sector of our ascension mission bonds to each other in order to provide each other with an extra additional set of unconditional love, nurturing, understanding, strength, empowerment, wisdom, enlightenment, and even more throughout this delicate time frame, which I actually just felt come through and activate within my body so soothingly and strongly in quantum time. I just want to say, so if you'd like to receive all of this too, to have help during this turbulent period, just say yes and it is done. I also just saw a visual of a lighthouse lighting up on a body of water, symbolizing us and the new connection that we all just chose to make with each other, all by ourselves. So I'm actually being reminded myself, just the kind of power that we all have as true twin flame warriors, to be able to do such magical, even mystical things like this. It truly is a blessing, which is another thing that we are all being forced to entirely notice and realize for our complete and total ascension out of the boring, limited, illusory 3D realm of so-called existence. I hope that you felt that profound connection and reaped something special out of it too. I've already felt so much of that low vibrational energy of complete inner chaos and confusion subside just from us doing that, as well as the girl's frown flipping upside down as if she's just going, what was I so worried about? Of course everything's fine. And so much empowerment, clarity, and focus restored to her just like that. How cool, right? To be able to bend the matrix and change the script like that as we please with our divine authority and birthrights. If you're someone who doesn't typically watch my videos, Ascension videos like these at all for Twin Flames, or if you happen to be new to the Twin Flame Ascension process in general, Welcome if you are. I've mentioned in prior videos, whenever huge shakeup periods like these occur, that this is meant to afford us the ability to reclaim a plethora of life force energy back from the enemies who stole it from us, as well as to break ties with them on a major level, or entirely if this is what's healthiest, which the energies will force and conjure somehow, in order to open us up to be brought that much closer to our twin flames on an energetic level. So this is all happening for our greater good, even though it may come through like you're getting punished for no reason, especially when you're unaware of what exactly is going on behind the scenes, or why you're suddenly feeling so out of your usual element. Lastly, I'm feeling sensations of the woman just letting the wind blow right past her, and as she looks down, it feels like she is rolling her eyes and choosing to ignore naysayers and haters that may surface around this period like they usually do, which is conveying to us just how much strength and wisdom that we've gained over the enemy since the beginning of our twin flame hero's journey of rising out of the confines and constraints of the Matrix. I'm also feeling reward energy coming through with this next, which is signifying to me without a doubt, and Spirit is confirming this as well, that huge rewards and payoffs for all that you've done before and during the last leg of this journey will surely be had, they said. So, if you feel guided, choose to take a page out of the young woman's book in the illustration and simply turn the other cheek. With the Knight of Swords, I'm feeling this sense of running out of time, which is coming with this sort of crunch for time energy along with it. And although it feels like both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine will likely be experiencing this energy that's only bringing them closer together behind the scenes, it feels like this is another week where the Divine Masculine polarity of the Union will be struggling with the demands of the intense energies at play more than their Divine Feminine counterpart. When this happens, it can be for various reasons, some being that one of the twins in the union are lagging behind a bit, which actually isn't bad or their fault every time, so they're therefore having to play catch up through the quantum field momentarily to match where their counterpart is at. And other times, it can be that they're having to purge out major karma from ancient history or their family bloodline. Or it could be that they're having to work with the swift, demanding energy in order to tie up loose ends as quickly as possible from their old lives, and to be free enough to enter the brand new timelines available for them. In this case, I'm feeling both the pressure to get real, as well as to tie up loose ends coming through for the Divine Masculine. I'm also feeling antagonistic energies coming from the bird just up above him, which, just like I channeled in the Solstice Gateway Portal reading a few weeks ago, which I highly recommend you check out, is symbolic of the last karmic attachments bound to our sacred unions, some that the Divine Masculine had completely ignored previously in its asleep state, and that they are now being forced to see with clear eyes just how unhealthy they were for them, whose side they were on all along, that being themselves and the devils, and that they are greatly keeping them trapped in the old paradigm of duality, limitations, and negativity from the bond, especially from hypnosis and brainwashing manipulation tactics. This is actually mainly what's driving them to get real during this intense period of shakeups in the first place. And the reason the stakes are so high is because these major unions that are being blocked are so crucial to the salvation of not just the entire planet, but the entire universe, and are also right around the corner. I'm feeling verbal energy coming through next from both sides of the union and on the Divine Masculine's end, and it feels like he is being forced to say what he needs to say to everyone that he needs to say it to in order to have the closure that he needs to move on. And it doesn't feel like all of these conversations will need to be negative either, as this sort of productive, running errands energy is also present here as well. This say what you need to say energy is also present within the divine feminine of the union as well, which also feels more so productive on her end, as well as pretty emotional due to the past that she was bound to shutting completely down. So the energy and demands for the divine feminine this new moon period will be a bit less intense for them due to the fact that she's ahead in certain areas is all. However, the energy of nostalgia, reminiscing, and reflecting on the past is real here, y'all. And this is because of the direness of this transition that we're all in together currently, as this allows us to purge out the past, to get in touch with a very personal, special place within ourselves, and even to piece things together that we need to for full finalization of the past. If you've ever heard the song Say What You Need to Say by John Mayer, this is exactly the vibe that I'm getting, but even sadder. So please cry as it comes up, just like I've been doing myself, in order to release the energy as well as to have the best possible outcome for your healing. The motorcycle up ahead of the man feels like past memories in the Age of Pisces timeline that truly aren't going anywhere, at least the good ones anyway, being played within our minds during this time frame in order to help us with the closure, to process, and even to discover any last things we need to discover before we officially close up shop and enter a much better space. This sort of where did the time go energy is also present very strongly and emotionally now. The bird and the motorcycle now feel representative of all of the divine feminine twin flames in the collective who were ignored and forced to do things themselves throughout their ascension process by their counterparts. And the night feels symbolic of the divine masculines of the collective, just now realizing after all this time what they've been doing, the critical time that they've been wasting, that the true love of their entire lives has moved forward seemingly without them, and that they no longer need them at all like they did before. This is set to trigger the hugest emotional overhaul and wake up within the divine masculine polarity that you've never seen once they feel the divine feminine's essence sort of leave them for a while, which will feel like the most tremendous loss to them that they've ever had on a deep soul level. It may very well feel like his divine feminine counterpart is dead all of a sudden, and has transcended back into an angel to move on to better things, making them feel like they were holding her back all along because they failed to become a match to her soon enough. However, this huge rude wake-up call is actually exactly what's helping him to quickly ascend forward to chase after her now instead, which is also forcing the most immense heart chakra awakening to take place within them that they've never had before. I mean, I'm feeling sensations of anxiety, tears, and even sweat dripping from key divine masculine twin flame spirit saying within our collective that is just now getting the message and go ahead to step up to the plate, to be a real man like never before, and to honestly, authentically, courageously, and boldly look their beloved divine feminine in the eyes and see them for the incredible, out of this world, divine, heavenly miracle that they are and always were for the first time. This huge wake up call upon them taking action will be what helps them to pass their major ascension test and to have the overwhelmingly wholesome, abundant lives that they deserve together with their other half. So, if you're a divine feminine twin flame, even if you're a male watching this, and you resonate with being in this higher level ascended empress position over your divine masculine counterpart currently, and especially if you've been going through all kinds of intense portals, shifts, and tests over the several years in your separational period, then this message is very likely for you, and you are likely acting as a beacon of light for your divine masculine during this transitional period that will help them, with a great deal of work on their part, however, to rise out of the darkness and confusion, Spirit said, stemming from the sudden unignorable awareness that they're now having regarding the seriousness of the union, as well as their overwhelming amount of love for you. So it looks like we divine feminine twins of the union are finally seeing some major productive shifts occur within our counterparts for a change. And this is because it is now time to, as the universe is now ready to flip the page on the old paradigm in the most colossal, explosive way, which the divine masculines are also feeling within their bodies as well. And lastly, with the Ten of Pentacles, I'm getting more parting of the Seeds energies, which is being emphasized here very strongly. Whenever you do tarot readings for astrological energies, you sort of end up noticing certain things, such as patterns, that tend to appear whenever fulfilling the reading. One that I've noticed since becoming a reader is how energetic themes tend to build in intensity every single week that particular theme is still playing out. By that, I mean that a few weeks ago, when the parting of the Seeds energies began to appear within these readings, the intensity of it was not that heavy, yet it was still lightly warning us about what was to come in the near future. Every week since then, and even more so especially now, the theme of parting ways with the old paradigm and everyone refusing to leave it is loud and clear more than it's ever been before in one of these readings, with this sort of climax energy playing throughout the background, letting us know that the long time prophesized a big 180 flip out of the age of Pisces and into the new Earth age of Aquarius paradise is very nigh and right around the corner, Spirit said. It actually feels like the image is being split in half right down the middle, and that everyone closest to the man on the left of the image, representing us, is being gradually pulled off to the left, away from the group of people on the opposing side, who's being pulled off towards the right, representing all of the programs, entities, naysayers, and natural haters of God, and especially chosen, thoughtfully created, high-level twin flame angelic starseeds. This parting of the ways is so heavily crucial due to the fact that the opposing side has been keeping the Age of Pisces going for an extra 12 years than it was supposed to, ultimately keeping pain, suffering, superficiality, brainwashing, and death going, as well as us from thriving and successfully fulfilling our high-level contracts to bring in heaven on earth for all who deserve it. You see, the Age of Pisces is devil territory, which means that starseeds do not belong here, just because the beast system and the ones upholding it at the top, air quotes, say so, even though this is God's home and divine miraculous creation. This is why it is our job to work with Mother Earth, the Ascension Energies, the universe, as well as God's will, to shift things forward, especially whenever we are guided to, because we are actually connected to the flip in this way. The man's dog feels like a reminder that our side, a true starseed side that is the correct and only side to be on, as pure innocence, fun, joy, bliss, and the perfect dosage of spice is literally what we're made of and used to experiencing when we're not here in these dense forms. The woman's side on the right of the illustration feels very bitter, tensed up, superficial, distorted, dystopian, constricted, and lifeless, as if there was a complete and total drought of everything that I just mentioned in regards to a starseed's natural harmonic lifestyle. So I think it is very easy to see just what side is the best side to be on, right? And that's the eternal starseed kid side. I'm also picking up on this choose sides energy lightly coming through as well now, as a sort of small window of opportunity for anyone willing to own up to something low vibrational, negative, petty, or even entity-like about themselves, their personality, their outlook on life, or even something they unfairly did to someone one last time in order to be freed from the sin and rewarded in the end. For great healing and rewards, due to your willingness to selflessly and boldly sacrifice something evil about yourself or your perspective that isn't even truly you in the first place, is still a thing. Just as I said that, the huge red mandala at the top center of the image stood out very strongly, and it actually looked like it jolted towards me very quickly, beckoning everyone who resonates with what I just said to jump through upon completion of the releasing of their sins. Aside from that, the mandala also feels symbolic of the gateway portal that certain twin flames are still currently being taken through at the moment, since a bit before June 20th, and it's coming with the feeling of great resolution energy seeping in, as well as warm sun from the card beaming onto me, symbolizing our successful flight and landing to the other side of the intense, eye-opening gateway portal and into the 5D paradise oasis and playground where we belong. As I've said earlier, the divine feminine of the union will very likely get here before the divine masculine does, but this is so that spirit can put them through a major death and rebirth process, so that they can not just own up to their lack of development in divine masculine strength, but so that they may also collapse a gigantic sector of the matrix beast system that they were upholding by staying a distorted masculine, brainless programmed drone. So there is something extremely calculated and organized about this process here to make you feel better, and there is a reason why they were forced to stay a bit behind you after all this time, as the divine still works in mysterious ways. But after they finally catch up, and they will, I bet they'll never let you go. Thanks so much for tuning in. Check the description for info on my services and offers. Like and subscribe if you like future content from me. Have a great new moon, twins, and stay blessed. Bye.